Have you ever wondered why so many people begin to lose their spark as they grow older? It's not always because of illness or poor diet or even bad luck. More often, it's the quiet little habits, the ones that seem harmless, that slowly chip away at our strength, our independence, and even our sense of purpose. As the years go by, life changes. Our bodies slow down, our families grow up, and the world starts to move faster than it used to, and somewhere in that rush, many older adults begin to lose control, not all at once, but piece by piece. This video isn't about fear, it's about awareness. It's for those of us in our 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond, who want to keep living with strength, with freedom, and with peace of mind. If you've ever looked around and thought, is this really how I wanted to live at this stage of life? Please know this, you are not alone. The truth is, many good and loving people make mistakes that quietly limit their happiness in later years. Not because they're careless, but because they're doing what they believe is normal. Today, we're going to uncover 5 of the most common and dangerous mistakes older adults make, habits that almost 97% of seniors fall into without even noticing. Each one backed by real-life stories, simple psychology, and the quiet consequences they bring. But most importantly, you'll learn how to avoid them. Because once you see these traps clearly, you'll have the power to rise above them. So take a deep breath, settle in, and let's begin our journey of awareness and renewal. Mistake number 1, giving up control. Too soon, it usually starts small. You might say, it's just easier if my kids handle the bills, or I'll let someone else take care of the shopping. I've done it long enough, and that's understandable. After all, you've spent your whole life taking care of others. Now, it feels right to let others take care of you for a change, but slowly, without realizing it, that simple kindness turns into something dangerous, a quiet surrender of independence. Psychologists call it learned helplessness. When people begin to believe they can't do things, even though they can, let me tell you about Harold. Harold is 76, a retired school teacher. After his wife passed, his adult children wanted to help. They started paying his bills, picking up his groceries, even organizing his medicine. At first, Harold was grateful. It felt like a relief. But within a year, he noticed something changing. He began to forget simple things, like how to balance his checkbook or where his spare keys were. He stopped leaving the house as often. One day, during a quiet conversation, he said, "I don't even feel like a person anymore. I feel like luggage being carried around." That's the hidden danger of giving up control too early. When you stop making your own choices about money, about food, about how you spend your day, you start to lose more than freedom. You lose identity. And the brain, that powerful organ that thrives on activity and decision-making, begins to slow down. Confidence fades, energy weakens, and before long, life starts to feel smaller. But here's the beautiful part. This mistake can be undone. You don't have to take back everything all at once. Start small. Try managing your own budget again. Even if it's just for a week, cook one meal by yourself. Decide your own schedule for the day. It's not about doing everything alone. It's about staying engaged in your own life. Every small act of independence sends a message to your brain. I'm still capable. I still matter. Harold eventually started taking back small tasks. He began writing grocery lists again, paying a few bills on his own, and making choices about his meals. And something amazing happened. He smiled more. He began to walk taller, to laugh again, and to look forward to the days ahead. He once told me, "The moment I started making my own choices again, I felt alive." So if you've slowly let go of certain responsibilities, ask yourself, is it time to take a few of them back? Because the moment you give up control is the moment your world begins to shrink, and the moment you reclaim it, your world begins to expand again. If this message resonates with you so far, take a moment to comment one below. Your story might inspire someone else to take back their independence too. Mistake 2. Isolation. The hidden cost of being alone. As we get older, It's natural to slow down. Maybe we go out less, skip a few social gatherings, or decide to stay home because it feels easier. We tell ourselves, I just need some peace and quiet. And for a while, that quiet feels comforting, until it doesn't. Loneliness is one of the most underestimated dangers of aging. It sneaks in gently, disguised as rest, and before we know it, it becomes a habit. And that habit can quietly harm both the mind and the body. Scientists have found that chronic loneliness can shrink parts of the brain responsible for memory. It weakens the immune system and increases the risk of heart disease, depression, and even dementia. But beyond the science, there's something even deeper. Loneliness takes away the simple joy of being seen, heard, and needed. Let me tell you about Grace. Grace was 72 when her husband passed away. For the first few months, she stayed busy, church, friends, her weekly card games. But as time went on, she began turning down invitations. I don't want to bother anyone, she said. Soon her phone stopped ringing as much. The days grew quieter. At first, Grace thought she was fine. She enjoyed the peace. But slowly, she began feeling tired all the time, forgetful. Her laughter faded. When she visited her doctor, he gently said, Grace, your body is lonely. It turns out, social connection isn't just nice to have. It's as essential as good food or medicine. Every time you share a conversation, your brain releases dopamine and oxytocin, chemicals that reduce stress, improve mood, and keep your mind sharp. That's why older adults who stay socially active tend to live longer and happier lives. So how can we fight isolation? Start small. Call a friend, even if it's been a while. Join a local club, a senior center, or a hobby group. Even a brief chat with a neighbor while watering your garden can brighten your day. You don't need to fill your calendar. Just open a few doors. Grace eventually started attending her card games again. She said, I didn't realize how much I miss laughing. Remember, staying connected doesn't mean losing your independence. It means keeping your heart alive, because isolation is one of the stealthiest thieves of joy, and connection is how you take your life back. If you've ever struggled with loneliness, comment a 2 below. Let others know they're not alone. Connection starts right here. Mistake. Number 3, stopping physical movement. The body forgets what it doesn't do. Here's something many people don't realize. When you stop moving, your body starts forgetting how to move. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens quietly. A skipped walk here, a missed stretch there, and before long, stairs feel steeper, balance feels weaker, and energy fades faster. Many older adults believe aches and stiffness mean they should rest more. But in reality, those are signs that the body is asking for movement, not rest. Take Walter, a 79-year-old retired mechanic. For most of his life, he was on his feet all day. But after retiring, he told himself, I've earned the right to sit. So he did. Morning walks stopped. Yard work stopped. Soon, even grocery trips felt exhausting. Within a year, Walter began stumbling. His legs trembled when he climbed stairs. One afternoon, after a small fall in his kitchen, his doctor gave him simple advice. Move a little every day, even 10 minutes. At first, Walter laughed. 10 minutes can't change anything. But he decided to try. He started walking around the block once a day, then twice. After 2 months, his steps became steadier. After 6 months, he said something beautiful. I feel younger now than I did 5 years ago. That's the power of movement. You don't need to become an athlete or lift heavy weights. Simple activities, walking, stretching, light dancing, even gardening, can transform your health. Movement improves circulation, strengthens the heart, keeps joints flexible, and floods your brain with endorphins, nature's happiness chemicals. And here's the secret. When you move your body, your mind moves with it. You think clearer, you sleep better, you smile more. It's not about doing a lot. It's about doing something every single day. Because a moving body stays free. And freedom, more than anything, is what makes life worth living at any age. If Walter's story reminded you to get moving again, comment Ker3 below, and maybe take a short walk after this video ends. Mistake number 4, avoiding technology. The world is still yours to explore. Let's be honest. Technology can be intimidating. All those apps, passwords, pop-up messages. It's enough to make anyone sigh. But here's a truth few realize. Technology isn't just for the young. It's for the curious, and curiosity that never grows old. Many older adults say, "Oh, I'm too old to learn all that." But age doesn't limit learning. It only limits what we believe we can do. Take Eleanor. For example, she was 81 when her granddaughter bought her a tablet. At first, she said, "I'll never use that thing." But one day, she got curious and opened it. Within a week, she was video calling her sister who lived across the country, someone she hadn't seen in 7 years. She laughed, she cried, and then she said something simple but powerful. "It's like I got part of my life back." That's what technology can do. It can reconnect you to people, memories, and worlds you thought were gone. Want to learn something new? YouTube has free lessons on everything from painting to piano to cooking healthier meals. Want to make new friends? Online communities for seniors are filled with kind, supportive people just like you. Even small apps can help you track your health, remind you of medications, or inspire your next hobby. Yes, it takes patience. Yes, it feels strange at first, but every tap and every click opens a door to connection, learning, and independence. So if you've been avoiding technology because it feels foreign, remember this: the world didn't leave you behind. It's waiting for you to reach out and explore it again. If you've recently tried learning something new online, comment in 4 below. Let's celebrate every brave step into the digital world together. Mistake number 5, never saying no to family. Boundaries bring peace now. This one may surprise you, but one of the biggest emotional mistakes older adults make is never saying no to family. You've spent a lifetime caring for others, your children, your spouse, your parents, your community, and that giving spirit, it's beautiful. But sometimes, it can quietly turn into exhaustion. Many seniors say yes to every request: babysitting, errands, financial help, emotional support, even when they're tired or unwell because they don't want to seem selfish. But here's the truth. Saying no doesn't mean you don't love them. It means you love yourself too. There's a story of a grandmother named Helen. Her daughter would often ask for help watching the grandkids. Helen adored them. But at 76, she started feeling worn out. Her back hurt. Her energy was low, but she kept saying yes. Until one day, her doctor told her she needed rest, real rest. So, for the first time, she told her daughter, "Honey, I need a few days for myself." Her daughter didn't get upset. In fact, she smiled and said, "Mom, I was waiting for you to say that." Sometimes, our loved ones respect us more when we show them our limits, because boundaries teach others how to care for us. 2, you've spent decades giving. Now, it's time to balance that love with peace. Say yes when your heart feels full. Say no when your body or mind needs rest. Both are acts of love, because real family love doesn't depend on what you do for others. It grows stronger when you take care of yourself. 2, if you've ever struggled to say no, comment box 5 below. This is your gentle reminder that peace is part of love. Final reflection, the art of aging gracefully. So let's take a deep breath and look back. 5 simple mistakes that quietly shape our later years. Giving up control, isolating ourselves, stopping movement, avoiding technology, and forgetting to say no. Each one, in its own way, takes a little bit of life from us. But the beauty of growing older is this: it's never too late to change. Every sunrise gives you another chance to rewrite your story. You can take back your independence, reconnect with friends, move a little more each day, learn something new, and rest when you need to. Aging isn't about loss, it's about transformation. It's about discovering who you are when the noise quiets and the world slows down. There's wisdom in your steps, there's strength in your wrinkles, and There's beauty in your stillness. So as this video ends, take a moment to whisper to yourself, I'm still learning, I'm still growing. My life isn't over. It's just changing. Music swells gently. Emotional closing tone, because growing old isn't about fading away. It's about glowing differently. If this message touched your heart, share it with someone who might need a reminder that age is not an ending. It's a beautiful new chapter. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment which lesson spoke to you most. Number 1 through number 5.